earlier today they were talking about immigrants and people that have come to Canada, and that's really my background. I came as an immigrant with my parents building their life here. I know you went through a similar journey yourself, and so now we want to be able to give back and help people create those opportunities for themselves.
Listening to the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast with your hosts, Sir Colin Campbell and Gary A. McGowan.
Good day. It's your host, Sir Colin Campbell, here with Gary A. McGowan, and you're tuned into the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast. We have in the seat today at the For the Love of Real Estate Conference in Toronto, Mississauga, same thing. But we have right now, my friend, somebody has been in my circle for some time now who have seen this person grow and just break barriers and break ceilings, and just the amount of things that she's accomplished. I'm so proud of you. None other than Ana Marin.
Ooh, that was a beautiful intro. Thank you so much.
And there's like jingles in the background. That was even us. That was excellent. Anna, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. Like I said before we got started, I feel so privileged to be here. We had you guys on Sales Beast, and now I get to be here with you guys today.
Beautiful.
So a little about myself. Started in the business about 7 years ago in a more admin operations capacity, and was really fortunate to be surrounded by some amazing individuals. Got to meet a lot of great people through the Keller Williams network. Was part of the founding crew with Keller Williams Young Professionals, who I'm here repping today. Very excited about that. And through the years, went from ops to agent on a team, building real estate teams with my lovely business partners, and now launched a market center about 3 years ago. So it's been I would say, a short but amazing journey through lots of different growth, lots of challenges and opportunities that have come our way.
Interesting. So obviously your list there, and let's not diminish this. What you've done within the last few years has been phenomenal. So I just want to take a moment to celebrate you and recognize you. However, as we're building and we're going towards, next level, and we're breaking through certain barriers, there's times when it becomes very challenging and you start questioning your own self, your own abilities. How do you deal with that?
Wow, that's a good question, and it's something I talk about often. Last year, 2023, was the year that I think I learned the most I've learned in my whole career, and it takes a lot of challenging times and tough conversations to be able to look back and reflect on those things. And now, we're still looking for opportunities to keep that going. Although the market's maybe stabilizing a little bit more, we want to look for challenges, take part in risky decisions, because the more decisions that we can make that are putting us in those challenges, the more that we can go through some of the pain. And so I think, as we stabilize, as we take some of the decisions that we've made over the last few years and put ourselves into those challenges, now is more the time to simplify and really make things successful. And that's been the message here today, is like, how can we make things so ridiculously simple? How can we make our systems and processes so easy that anyone can do them and we're still delivering an amazing service?
Well said. Thank you.
I'm still stuck on what she said. That's great. That's great. So what I want to also highlight the fact that you mentioned you helped launch and you're part of this market center. And for those that aren't in the KW world, market center is a brokerage. Talk to us a little bit about that journey, what that looks like, in who you're attracting to that brokerage.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk a little bit about the journey at first.
Sure.
So prior to us launching the Market Center, I was part of McKay Realty Networks with Sandy McKay. And when we got the opportunity to launch the Market Center alongside Colin and some other great leaders, I raised my hand like I've done for a lot of the opportunities I have gotten. I said, hey, well, I see you interviewing people, but I think some of the parts of the role are things that I've already been doing, so maybe I could be good at it. And thankfully, all these people thought that I was the right person to do that. So they brought me on board as a team leader, and we started really building up the Market Center in 2020, and we know what happened in 2020. So that journey in itself, thankfully, we were already very virtual and knew how to work in a virtual world, was amazing to get it started. That process and the application process that we had to go through was intense, but it had to be because we wanted to launch in a really great capacity. So that in itself was amazing, lots of learning. And then now being in the role for the last 3 years since we launched officially in 2021 has just been like, I always relate this back to, like, I don't even care how much money I make in this role or how we grow. It's more just like looking at this opportunity as the best learning experience. And I can see that there's like millions of dollars worth of education that has come my way that I could never replicate in any capacity.
Love it. Love it. And the type of, talk to us about the people that you want to attract or that you are attracting to that office. What does that look like?
Yeah, great question. So, we come from a wealth building background. A lot of our owners come from the investing background as well. So we've really been attracting people that want to learn how to build wealth for themselves and also want to help their clients and their family members go through that journey along with them. So we've been really focused on that, and that's why our purpose statement is to be the home of thriving millionaires. So we really made our focus on the wealth building side and how real estate can make a huge impact in people's lives. And I saw it personally, like earlier today, they were talking about immigrants and people that have come to Canada, and that's really my background. I came as an immigrant with my parents building their life here. I know you went through a similar journey yourself. And so now we want to be able to give back and help people create those opportunities for themselves. Aside from that, we all have real estate teams that we started on. We want to help people build teams, so we're attracting a lot of people that are either team leaders or want to build teams and want us to tell them everything that we fucked up at so that they can do it faster. And aside from that, I think just generally KW welcomes people that want to be learning based, that are focused on growing themselves beyond just business. And that's just naturally who's coming to us and who we're really having conversations with.
Yeah, no, I love it. And to close the circle on something, you dropped a name there, and I'm gonna circle it back to that. Friend of the show, Sandy McKay. He's been on with us, co-hosted sometimes, and what a great business partner to go on that journey with. I think that's amazing. I also want to talk. You mentioned earlier about Sales Beast, and which is a podcast among many other things. Shed some light on what that does for our real estate community.
Yeah, so it's crazy. We were at a convention just like this in 2019, Mike Johnson and myself. And I think you guys had a booth there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
You guys had a booth there. Sandy's podcast was there, and we said, well, after this event is over, how can we just continue to surround ourselves with people like this and selfishly get free coaching at the same time?
Beauty.
And so we said, okay, let's put a podcast together. So the later stages of 2019 was like brainstorming what that podcast would be called. We came up with the name Sales Beast and launched it in February of 2020. And so now it's been 4 years of us growing this beast. And it's become really, for Mike and I, a really great way to stay connected, because although I'm not actively with the team, or I'm not in Hamilton anymore, it's a great way for us to stay in a business partnership and at the same time just really grow and learn and be in the trenches with people so that we can go back and deliver value to our agents, to our clients, to our family members in many different ways. And now we've really focused on the educational side. So we have a boot camp that we're launching. We're focusing on delivering every Monday. We have a value call. Anybody can hop on these calls. They're free. And we just want to bring, amazing guests, or we want to personally deliver value and train on different things that we're seeing out there in the market. And so far, those calls started with like 5-10 people, and now we're getting 30, 40, 50 people on those calls with us. And it's been awesome. It's been a cool journey.
Now, Anna, you mentioned value, and I know you're someone that wears, your heart on your sleeve, and you're also in the position where you're recruiting and where you're attracting and helping grow the brokerage. Now, when you're sitting down with someone and you know that the answer to their solution is the value that you're providing as the leader, and they're not seeing that, how do you handle that challenge?
That's a great question. I truly think you can't sell someone on your value. You have to help them explore it and actually see it firsthand and feel it firsthand. So most of the time, it's not just a conversation. It's like, hey, come out to our training, or hey, sit down with us at a mastermind, with us to family reunion, because then they can actually see the scale. And because we're such a large real estate firm, sometimes you can't see it locally, but you can feel it globally. And so getting beyond that conversation is always most important, because then you can really truly see the perspective of what the company is, rather than just what the industry might know about our company.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. You mentioned about value and experiencing that value. What are some of the ways that you found, forget agents, people, because we can be talking to clients as well with this, hopefully with this answer. How do people see that value?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things that we realize is, Vaughan is such an amazing market, such an amazing city in general, and I feel very blessed that we were able to pick Vaughan as our market center location. It's very central, you've got access to the highway, and what we also realized in Vaughan is that there's a lack of that wealth building knowledge for the community. And so what we did last year in January is we launched the Vaughan Investors Club, make it a place for people in the community to come through to actually feel and experience wealth building knowledge, to learn it for themselves, learn it for those people around them. And so that's been a great initiative that we've done. In addition to that, we just moved into a pretty big office space, and on the front door it says KW Legacies, welcome to our community, because it's not just an office for our agents, it's an office for our community. And we actually utilize the space and rent it out for events, for different things, so that people outside of our office can also use that space for themselves.
I think that's fabulous. Okay, Anna, we could go on for an hour here. We
Yes,
got
we
some
could.
limited time, but I don't want this podcast to stop without asking you some deeper questions, if that's okay.
Go for
Yes.
it.
So I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions,
Okay.
and you're going to answer the first thing that comes to your mind. And I'm going to tell you they may be serious or not,
All right.
but you get the idea. You know what I'm saying?
I got it. I
You
got it. I'm
Okay.
ready.
You're ready.
Let's go. Music.
We're going to play a little music. Here we go. Get you in the mood. Oh, she's ready. She's already ready. A little fire in the background.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Here we go. First thing that comes to mind, would you rather be talking or texting on the phone?
I like talking on the phone.
Talking on the phone. Favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Summer. It's a little more serious now. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No.
No. Good. I like
have
it.
vegan friends in my life, and they still eat non-vegan stuff. So
See?
animal crackers is fine.
I like it. I like it. First celebrity crush.
I gotta say, like Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner, yeah. Yeah, I think my daughter would say the same thing. Favorite junk food?
Okay, I've really been into Bugles lately.
Bugles. That might be a first. I know the
Whoa.
ones. Yeah.
There's a store below me, and they sell cinnamon French toast crunch
Yeah,
Bugles.
I've had them.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I will give you a high five on that one. Yeah. Actually, that was terrible.
Yeah,
because
we're not
went for it,
virtual,
but yeah. Okay, speaking of Bugles, or not, is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
Yes, if you're with your close friends.
Close friend double dipping.
Close
Okay.
friend double dipping is okay.
Anyways,
Gary doesn't double dip. That's why it's upsetting.
Oh,
well, big dogs or small dogs?
small. I
Small
got a
dog.
pug.
There you. Well, do
Yeah,
you?
I do. Do you want to see a picture?
Maybe I do. Yeah, you pull that out. Oh my gosh,
There's
that
a
is the
picture
most
for the camera
cutest
if
thing
you
ever.
can
I
see
like
him.
it. I like it. Good stuff. Here we go. Name one of the 7 dwarfs.
Oh my God. Grumpy?
Grumpy. Okay.
I don't know if that's the first one that came to mind.
I like
Well
it.
done. Well done.
That might be the second answer.
Yep.
The most popular answer.
Is sleepy.
That
Is
was the
sleepy.
second one I was going to say. So.
Now, like 99% of the people say sleepy.
I don't even know all of them.
No, me either.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you are
But I know
that
sleepy.
1% who goes the other way. And I love
I'm an
it.
outlier.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Okay, last question. Would you rather watch The Sound of Music or The Greatest Showman?
Oh, I gotta say Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Sound of
Going for the
music
OG.
every day.
Going for the classic. My friend, let's turn this off. Let's turn our music off. But that was fun. I like it. Ana Marin, it's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better at this level. I feel like you've had such a successful career, but it's just the beginning.
Yeah, I
We're only
definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. I mean, like I said, I've been very fortunate to be surrounded with you guys and a lot of great leaders. And I know that, well, they were saying today it takes about 8 to 10 years to have an overnight success. So
Yep.
we're just on the cusp.
I love it.
I can't wait to see your overnight success, Anna.
Yeah, appreciate
Exactly.
that, guys.
Exactly. And we watch as well as, somewhat we're involved. But I got to tell you, just seeing your accomplishments, doing what you're doing and this is a compliment, take it as a compliment, as a young businesswoman in this industry doing amazing things, keep doing it, because not only are people watching, but people are doing because of what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. And to anyone that is listening that feels like they're too young or they have some sort of imposter syndrome, the one thing that I always remembered, and I heard this at one of the Tony conferences, is, well, you're going to keep telling yourself you're too young until you're too old. So what are you waiting for?
I like it. That's a great way to end. Anna, how do people get a hold of you?
AnaMarin.kw on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Do you want me to shout out my cell phone number?
If you want to.
Whatever you're
Well,
comfortable
cell phone
with.
number, sure, 289-489-5695, or my email, anamarin@kw.com.
Excellent. So that's Ana Marin. That's my partner, Colin Campbell. I'm Gary McGowan. We'll see everybody in the next episode. Goodbye for now.
Thank you, guys.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to click the subscribe button so new episodes will automatically be downloaded to your device. Please help us reach more people by leaving a rating and a review on your podcast player of choice. Now go make it an amazing day for somebody.